how this works. Things live? Yeah, it's live. Okay, it's man, boy, this is laggy. I gotta close some stuff. Let's see. But yeah, what's up, guys? We're gonna talk about what's going on in the trenches, seeing what we're looking at, what we're doing. Also, if anyone wants to come up, feel free to make a request, do the thing. I'm gonna close out some of this junk, but I think we're live. Yeah, it's live. Cool. So we'll see how this works. If you guys want to join on Pump Fun as well, uh, man, boy, this is laggy. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this. It's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but we'll keep it on YouTube. I'll keep it on Twitter. I'm gonna try it one stream. This way, it at least records it. But I'm just gonna talk about. So you can kind of just stay audio if you want to do that as well. But I'm just going to talk about thoughts on the market, what I'm looking at, and just kind of some plays that I'm making. Yesterday we were streaming on Pump Fun. We talked about what was it called, Jelly. Jelly is actually holding up pretty well. Surprised, but hey, it's the trenches, so I guess it's going to do what it's going to do. As for some other stuff, Mudang, they got listed on Robinhood yesterday. That absolutely crushed it. If you guys had one of those plays open, a position open. You also had Mew, Dogs in a Cat World on. I mean, I don't even know why that thing's on there. The thing is like, I can't believe it, but that thing is actually like 400 mil cap. At its peak, it was like 1.4 billion, which is kind of nuts. Let's see. So, oh, that's also one other thing. I talked about the silver play yesterday. I think that's a really good hedge, just kind of like when you have days like today where things just get absolutely roasted and washed out. I want to show this to you guys so you guys can see what's up. All right, so let's share. I want to show you guys the liquidation map. Yeah, let's share this one. So this is on the liquidation maps. You can see we basically just completely wiped them. Obviously, you got some leverage stepping in, doing its thing, but this is where we're at right now. Sorry, got messages coming in. But likely we could see a wash on this. This is the short-term leverage. This is on Binance. Binance is usually the best one to go with because it's the biggest one. But you can see here you got a bunch. You can also scroll down and check out Hyperliquid. This is James Wynn's liquidation point. It's 101. But hitting that, boy, that'll be a streamline. That's probably where we'll wick to like 95, maybe 90K. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what will happen. But that's just one of those to keep on the radar. I think eventually that will either be hit or he's just going to take profits. Like something's going to happen. You don't just ride from that entry with a billion in a levered long and just get away with it. It just doesn't happen. But yeah. Um oh, that's another play. So another play that I'm making today just on the stonk market is I'll show it to you guys so you guys can see it. Robin Hood. I'll pull it up. MGNI. Yeah. All right, so I want to show. Okay, Robinhood's not going to show it, so I'm going to go on Robinhood. Insights. No, I just want to go to the Robinhood stocks. Yeah, I guess we'll just log in. All right, hang on. Let me log in. I had to clear my browser yesterday, so it's annoying. Twitter was glitching out, so I can't even get on Twitter. with it. All right, come on. I'm just waiting for it to load, guys, so I can bring it on screen. But the ticker on Robinhood that I bought today is MGNI. It's like Magnate Finance, or not Magnate Finance. I'm thinking crypto right there. It's Magnite or Mag. It's basically a platform where companies and content creators can go in order to get like advertising. So I just think it's a good idea. It's a good middleman. You can kind of think of it like what was that one stock that just absolutely crushed it? It was like AppLovin. Yeah, that's what it was. AppLovin. It just absolutely crushed it. So I just think this one will be a catch-up trade. It's like 1 billion in market cap, and they're crushing it in revenue and earnings. So they're doing pretty well. I'm gonna pull it up so you guys can see it. We'll get in the trenches after this. I just want to recap what's going on in the market, just keeping you guys up to date, just seeing what's going on. Also, this is kind of so I can see what's going on too. I do stocks and crypto because, like, I think it's a good idea to at least diversify. Um, MGNI. Wow, this is so slow. This is pretty atrocious. All right, cool. We got some magnate stock. Yeah, so I grabbed some of this today. Maybe a good idea to do call options if that's your thing, but I don't like the call options and the fact that most of the call options that I do, they just get absolutely roasted or sometimes end up expiring out of the money. So it's not fun. Yeah, it's not even gonna load, guys. I'm sorry. Oh wait, it loaded. Yeah, let's see. So a little bit goes a long way with something like this. I just threw a little bit at this, threw like 2,000 bucks, just see what happens. But if it pulls something like a App 11 does, I think this one will do pretty well. But yeah, that's the MGNI. Let's go and pull up Deck Screener, see what's going on. So some of the trenches on Hyperliquid, they actually were doing some stuff yesterday. Um, the play that I have out for Hyperliquid land is just Buddy. That's really it. I think it's just better to keep it simple on Hyperliquid and just stick with the hype token. The reason I say that is it's just I've been on the Sui trenches. I've been on Phantom. Well, I mean, Phantom was okay. I've been in the different trenches, and you end up getting absolutely roasted and chopped up if you are just aping and playing into these different plays. I'm sorry, this is really slow. I just got to go on phone or something, but I'll just at least pull up Buddy. Or better yet, we can just leave a. We'll just leave the Bitcoin price chart up, and then we could just talk. We probably won't do it this way next time. It's just so slow. But yeah, the liquidations they got a lot of people. That's why it's always a really good reminder to set in your stop losses. Always, like even when it looks green, when it looks solid, I don't care. Whatever it is, you're gonna get licked. And if you don't set in that stop loss to stop it and at least cut the bleed, you're gonna get roasted. So it's always important to do that. Now, obviously, if you just put in an entry, you don't have to put the stop loss in yet. Like if you position it, you just have to determine what you want to do. So like some people they do a high leverage play to where it's like, okay, if it gets licked and goes to zero, whatever, it's okay. That was my stop loss. I was just doing a small amount at high leverage. If you're doing low leverage and just doing a position as like an entry, then you need to make sure you have that stop loss because you can get absolutely decimated just jumping into there and being like, yeah, bro, just lever it up and then maybe I won't get liquidated. We'll see what happens. Just be careful with doing something like that. Popcat is actually doing something. It's doing okay. Um, me personally, I think you are going to see a lot of those tokens just slow climb up as you uh, as you have Bitcoin and ETH showing some strength. There's another ticker called PhD Kitty. I thought it was kind of funny, but I don't know if it's gonna have legs or go anywhere. It's just part of the TikTok meta. if you go on to TikTok and look up some of the videos under PhD Kitty, it's basically just goofy videos of a kitty just talking and giving education, like on mortgages, taxes, whatever. Mm, Jelly is doing okay from yesterday. I'll show you guys. No, we're just gonna leave that there. Can't even get the price of Bitcoin. Oh, there. The price of Bitcoin's there. You can see it, guys. It worked to like 20 hours. Dog with hat, same junk, different day. It's one of the majors. It's gonna slow grind up as we see Bitcoin, ETH doing their thing. Um, let's see. Yeah, so here's an example. I had some ETH. I set in a really, really low stop loss just in case. But yeah, I just got licked out and whatever. Like it was just a position because I got licked yesterday and just wanted to at least protect the downside. And sure enough, protected the downside. So we'll probably open a position on ETH again once it just kind of levels out. I think this is just kind of putting in the higher low. Obviously, it's going to depend on how it goes with the liquidation map. That's why I left this Bitcoin long in there. But again, like how I play it and how I take it is like, hey, look, I'll do a high leverage position with money that's okay. Like, hey, look, it's okay if it's gone, it's lost. Because for some reason, sometimes I forget to put in the stop losses, and it gets you roasted. There was some of the plays that I had open yesterday that was up a lot, but I forgot the stop loss. Went to bed. I was like, oh snap, I forgot. And you wake up and you're like, you're roasted. But this is just one of those things that you do with a little bit. It's more so, it's like spot is the best place to go. Don't even do leverage. The only reason why I'm messing with it is you see this platform right here, they're tokenless. So they're probably going to be doing an airdrop. So that's just my play on it, at least. All right, so ETH, let me see the maps. Yeah, so ETH is going to be pretty reflexive to Bitcoin right now. So until Bitcoin chills, finds its panties and does its stuff, we're probably going to see a lot of volatility. Um, Probably worth getting back into that ETH trade, even though I got licked out. Maybe look for a smaller dip. I don't know, but it looks like it's holding up pretty well. I'll probably do this. Oh, of course, it's climbing up. That's also one of the things you got to keep in with the liquidation points. It will lick you right at the bottom, and you will be sidelined, and then you'll want to buy in higher. Just be careful with that because you can get roasted. But again, we're airdrop farmer guys. So yeah, that's why. So Bitcoin's doing its thing. It's pumping. Well, not pumping, but it's up. So ETH is just following it. That's it. So let's do ETH. So the whole point is I'm just literally just farming. That's all. I don't want to do 100x. We'll probably do a 50x. My liquidation would be 2517. Man, it stinks. I just got licked at the bottom. That's a bummer. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's one of those things. We'll just grab it there. We'll do a 50x there. Just see what happens. Lord willing, we don't get licked. Lord willing. All right. So there's also another one on PopCat that I had open that it just licked me out too. Well, I didn't get liquidated, but my stop was hit. Also, you see here that I have some silver. I think silver is a good hedge because silver is usually up when everything else is down and new. So I think silver is at least like a good rotation trade and just have it in. But I reopened that ETH long, uh, whatever. Lord willing, I don't get licked. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I got liquidated out of my PopCat. Well, not liquidated, guys. I'm sorry. Stop loss, which I'm cool with. I'm happy with that actually, because now I have some funds to go and play around with. So I'm going to go over to Lighter. Lighter is the other one that it's on. Probably going to open a position. Whiff is not that great. Sui would be great, but they're just having chain issues right now. Tau is meh. Sonic is just like getting no love. It's just absolutely roasted. So it's either going to be between Bitcoin and ETH type of thing. I think ETH is due for a catch up, but again, it's going to be reflexive to Bitcoin. I think ETH is probably one that I'm just going to throw it at. So I'll do smaller long with that. I'm not going to do all of it because I don't want to get licked out. And then we'll do something like, yeah, that's 50x. Jeez, that's a lot. We'll do something like 60x. I'm just kidding. No, we want to keep it smaller. And yeah, we'll do that on ETH. So the Popcat play earned, or I got like 2K from it, 3K. So then I can use that as other funds. But also, you want to call it the win. So the other 2K just want to keep. I don't know. Let's see. Bitcoin, ETH. Yeah, I think ETH is the one. I mean, I'd say Solana catches up because Sui's having issues. So the Sui liquidity is going over to Solana. But I think at some point in time they're gonna figure that junk out. Okay, so portfolio liquidation 2441. Okay, so we'll do this one. So I just opened a long on ETH on Lighter as well. Again, I'm farming this platform, but those are some of the trades that I'm doing right now. Uh, really, it's just for airdrop farming. That's all it is, guys. Oh, man, my bad. I missed the text. Wait, no, I didn't. Okay, I thought it did. Restream might have some text too. I forgot about that. Jeez, let's check the chat. Never miss a okay. DGen party begins. Rec party. Yeah, the rec party. All right, so let's see what else I want to talk about. Okay, so stock market wise, and then we'll get back into the trenches. Sorry, guys, I had to throw out some positions. I know this is just kind of like a chill, laid back stream. Rather not do like the. This is more of like one of those things. I'm just putting it out there. I'm recording, and this is just like the process that I go through out my day, and then I'm just kind of like recording it. And if you guys want to jump up and ask me questions, you could do that too. That's kind of why I really like the Pump Fund platform. It's cool. But let's go to see what's going on in the market. So CoinGecko is one of the places I check. Just a couple of different tokens I've highlighted there just to see what the narratives are. So like Yeezy is up, Per is up. These are hyper liquid meme coins. So this is the hyper liquid trenches, which are pretty hot. The two tokens that I have on hyper liquid part of the trenches are GM. I'm not really bullish on it at all. I'm more bullish on Hype. I think Hype is the token. And then I'm also bullish on Buddy because I got an airdrop. Other than that, it's simple, guys. Don't overthink it. Just buy the Hype token if you're trying to mess around with that. Obviously, Hype pumped a lot, so be careful with it. But yeah. All right. So, oh, man, I got to get in the trenches too. We'll talk about Party Hat in a second. So, Party Hat's cool. Crypto's cool too. I'll talk about those. Don't worry. But first, let's cover stonk market wise. Let me say or CoinGecko, and then we'll go to stonks. So another one is OKEgg. So OKEgg, this one is. I want to show you guys this chart. You see that chart? That chart looks pretty tasty. It's over here. Wait, over here. It's looking like it's coiling up. Let me see if I can get on Deck Screener. It's not gonna work. It's so slow. Boy, it is slow. But man, I got licked out. That's okay. Stop loss, not licked. It's better than getting licked. I got licked last night. Forgot about those things. Yeah, so here's the PhD kitty I was talking about. Boy, it is slow. Okay, so you can see it now. This is PhD kitty. Can you see it? But if you click on that TikTok link, that's right here, TikTok. I'm not going to click it because my computer is already whizzing out and slow. Guys, eventually one of these days, I'm just going to get a new one. This thing's old. But PhD Kitty, they got like really good engagement on TikTok. They have like 100 and something thousand followers. I don't know. I just think it's a pretty good risk to reward. I think it was Zesty on Discord. He shared that one yesterday. But yeah, Zesty is a good player. We showed him on TikTok or on Twitter yesterday in yesterday's stream. But just look up Zesty Cheeto and you pull him up. But yeah, here's Buddy, and this is GM over here. He also likes GM. I don't see it with GM, but hey, don't fade Zesty is all I know. Buddy, it was an airdrop, so that's why I like that one. Kind of biased. Okay, that's what I was pulling up. Sorry, guys. My head goes different places from time to time. Yo, like, does anyone have any ideas how to speed this up? Do I just like plug in a GPU and then it just like makes it better? My computer is like mining Bitcoin right now. It's so loud. It's just because Pump Fun, it takes like 2 gigs of RAM, which is crazy. All right, so this is okay egg. I didn't know they had one on ETH. Nice. The one on base is the one though. It's good liquidity on base too. There's just one of the pools. There's multiple. But yeah, it's a 4.5 mil cap. At its peak, it went to like 15 mil, something like that. Also my highest conviction play is just SPX period. Like SPX actually held up through that nuke last night, this morning, whatever. But yeah, you still have like a 3x and the tank on OK Egg to get back to previous all-time highs. Actually, I'm sorry, 5x in the tank. Actually, I think it went higher than that, boy. Wow, we were screaming back in the day, almost a 6x in the tank. But that's to get previous all-time highs. You can see here it's slowly making some coiling up. I'm really bullish on this one. I think it's going to do well. I positioned accordingly. Obviously, it's going to be more of a slow click, slow cook. It's not like one of your runner of the day type of thing, like we did yesterday with what's that thing called? It was also a dead, but it was just such a low market cap. Um, Man, I don't even remember what the thing's called. That's what it's called, Jellycat. Jellycat. I should have just checked the messages. It's right there. Yeah, this is our Jellycat right here. So I still have my moon bag in there. I didn't sell it. I just left it there. I'll explain the thesis on this. It's really simple. You have Labubu or Labubu, which is some random TikTok meme coin that topped out at like 30 mil market cap. This is 247K. Labubu had like, I don't know, a couple of random posts with several million views, and then what's the name of this? Jellycat has different posts with also with several million views, and its TikTok account has over 1.7 million followers. So I just think it's one of those things. It's got to be a catch-up trade. If it's not, okay, I'm fine with that. That's why it's just like a coffee money play. If it does something great, cool. Thanks. If it doesn't, roasted. What was the other one? Oh, Mumu. I want to talk about this one. I think this one's going to be a strong comeback. So this is part of Boys Club, and this is kind of like Pepe, Meta, Andy, Bovo, Schneevu, all that jazz. Brett. Then you have Mumu. Mumu is over on Solana. It's just Mumu the bull. I don't know. Maybe it'll do something. Maybe it won't. But previous all-time high was like 270 mil market cap. It's currently 13 mil. So I think there's some room for catching up there. So just keep it on your radar at least. We talked about Max already. Oh, P hat. Man, that's a chart to behold. So here's P hat. This one's 100 mil cap, something like that. I think P hat's going to do well. The reason I think P hat's going to do well is I was an old RuneScape dude, and it's just I don't know. It's good vibes, good culture. I mean, they've probably done it in the past, so there's a chance that it doesn't do anything. But I'm willing to throw some coffee at it, see what happens. You also have Xavier and crypto. Like literally, the ticker is just crypto. Guys, don't overthink it. I was actually at a meeting with some guys, just like some boomers who were learning about Bitcoin, and they categorize crypto. They categorize Bitcoin as crypto, which yeah, it is, but there's a huge difference. Like buying Bitcoin is not like buying Solana or a party hat or some like random crypto token. Those are meme coins. Those are degen. They're likely going to zero in like 2 seconds. Whereas Bitcoin, it'll take a little bit longer to do that. They're just like trench plays. They categorize Bitcoin and crypto as the same thing. I'm like, yeah, no, they're not the same thing, but that's okay. Just the older people do that. LOL, don't you have anything better to do than bet on 99 points? Well, I mean, they aren't really rug pulls. It's just strategic. What's a better word for it? It's more of calculated risk play. That's all it is. If you're just simply sizing in and playing, it's better to stick with the blue chips and the better plays. But yeah, sorry, I just saw your comment now. Oh, actually, no, you just posted this comment. Rug pulls. Yeah, I mean, hey, welcome to the trenches. You get rugged every other day. That's how it works. But yeah, it's probably the stage of the market where you are going to get some of those plays that do pretty well. So that's why it's worth throwing at least like a tenth of a percent. No, not 10%, a tenth of a percent. So if you have like $10,000 to invest, it's like $100 into some of these plays. I'm telling you, it's not bad risk to reward. Here, I'll show you the runner that we had yesterday. It was I I keep forgetting this name. Um, Jellycat. Man, I don't know why I miss that one all the time. But you have to look at them risk in terms of risk to reward. Now, obviously, once you get to a point where it's like you're dealing with like a 3 or 4 mil market cap, you better hope, or not better hope, but do your research. Make sure that thing that you're bidding on or at least looking at is something that's been around and already gone through its rug pulls. So, like Jellycat has gone through its rug pulls. However, it's not something that's like, oh snap, this is Pepe, or oh snap, this is Brett. It's not like culture. Yeah, every meme you bought, you got rugged because you're just buying straight from an influencer. You have to create your own thesis and your own idea. So here's Jellycat. This is literally just a moon bag for me now. I'm just giving you this as an example. I've lost on like tons of other ones, but when you get a winner, it pays for the loser. But if you are just simply doing what someone tells you on Twitter, you're doing it wrong. I'm just This video is literally to show you how I made my thesis and my idea so you can do it yourself. There's literally millions of coins out there. So you just create your own idea and your own thesis, and then you analyze the risk to reward. So here is the example of the trade that we had yesterday. We bought this in at it was like 130 bucks at like a 25 mil cap. So then it went to like a 300 mil cap. So we took some initials out, and now it's literally just a moon bag. So if this pulls a Labubu or whatever you want to call it, then we're solid. We're good. We're cooking. We now have some liquidity to play around with. If it goes to zero, well, I already got my initials. I paid myself like 10 bucks, 20 bucks. So it's okay. It's just a thesis and idea that I made. Of course, this is literally with a small percentage of the port. The whole reason why I do that is just to stay engaged. That's really it. Just so I see what's going on. Please show us how to weed out the bad ones. Um, well, if you're seeing an influencer shilling one and it rugs out and it gets absolutely decimated and roasted, see what they call the next one. If it does the same exact thing, they're probably a rug pull or a rug puller. If you're getting calls on Twitter, just be careful doing those calls. Like nobody shared this one with me. I was on TikTok and I was like, okay, I was actually searching sold out everywhere. So I literally searched that keyword. Like keep that on the DL. It's not really a DL now, But as soon as I did that, I saw trending. I was like, oh, okay, Jellycat, Labubu. I saw those. I was like, okay, let me see what tickers are out there. I was like, oh, look, here, there's a Jellycat here. Oh man, this thing got rugged. Like it was launched 4 months ago and it was rugged. You can see here that it was literally rugged. So I was like, okay, well, it's got several million views on TikTok, or several million followers on TikTok, tons of views. So it's like, hey, man, at a 25, 26K cap, it's worth the risk reward. I'm throwing a little bit at it. I can already see it's a hot narrative. You saw Labubu doing its thing, and I was like, okay, this is worth it. Great. We'll take a position at it. Now let's talk about Mumu. So let me give you another example. So also notice risk to reward and um, what I'm looking for. Okay, Egg, I've been around their community. I've studied them. I've watched them. They've been grinding through the trenches. Like they are constantly out there doing their thing. Even though they do that, there's a chance that it doesn't do anything. But being that there is a community there, when meme coins as a whole, like as a category, get a bid, people are going to go with what they see first. Um, it's all about attention. So that's what memes are. Memes are tokenized attention. So if people go on Twitter, they see everyone talking about OK Egg, and they see what's going on. Then it's like, okay, I'm buying OK Egg because I was just shilled this. Meme coins are hot. I missed out on Pepe. I'm going to get this. It looks like a creepy Pepe. It's the same thing with Mumu. Mumu right here. You can see Mumu the Bull. Previous all-time high was like 260 mil. Can this go to zero? Of course it can. Of course. So that's why you position accordingly. Like an example is one Solana. So, well, I'm just throwing it out there, like just random numbers. One Solana, like just $200, whatever. Again, don't just copy exactly what I'm saying. I'm just giving you examples. So $200 at this. It's currently at a 12 mil cap. If it goes back to 260, that's a 20x or a little bit over a 20x right there. So then, okay, great. So if I throw in one soul, it turns into 20. But what's my downside? My downside is it goes to zero. So it's like, okay, well, then I lose one soul or I get 20. And that's actually I wouldn't say strategic, but it's a calculated risk that, in my opinion, would be worth it because you can see here it literally just chopped from February to May when Bitcoin and the majors were nuking, and it didn't quote unquote rug pull at that time. Sure, it got absolutely decimated and absolutely roasted, but yeah, that's how you can look at it in risk reward. Also, understand this is a 5 mil cap or a 10 mil cap now, so you can't expect to do like 100x on this thing. Like I mean, yeah, there's a chance it could pull an SPX, but you also got to understand you're not dealing with something that's that sizable. And also another thing to consider is the lower you get in, like the lower cap, like closer to the liquidity ratio. So an example, most of these pump funds, they start they get bonded with like 5 or 4 SOL in them. They have a floor. Like the newer pump funds, their floor is like 5 or 6K. So if you can get to 5 or 6K at any given time, you'll be able to get back out, break even. Like no problems whatsoever. Like you will get your Solana back. That's how a liquidity pool works. However, if you're buying that thing at like 5 or 6K liquidity, but yet you're buying it at a mil market cap, your downside is 99.9999999%. Whereas if you're buying it around 6K or 7K, your downside is theoretically 20%. You can just sell if it goes down 20% and you still get your salami back. But yeah, I hope that helps. Just kind of giving thought processes. Uh, the smartest people I know are getting out of alts. Yeah, I mean, hey, Bitcoin is the name of the game. That's what you do. You play alts to stack more Bitcoin. Again, that's why I'm literally saying the trenches are for less than a tenth of a percent. It's literally just to stay engaged and see what's going on in the market. If you're just trying to look for a sit it and forget it and never come back to this again, you're better off sticking with Bitcoin or any of the majors. I would just say just simply Bitcoin. But people are going to go down the risk curve and play with the other stuff. That's just how it always goes. I was going to talk about something else. Can't remember now. All right, so I have this Tesla long open. I want to at least corner those wins so I don't round trip that. Like seriously, you round trip stuff. Well, I do. I've done it a lot. It's not fun. Make sure I at least collar that win. Again, I'm farming the airdrop. That's all it is. That's on Ostium. No, we're not making a new coin. This is literally a coin just so I have a place where I can record video or put a video out. All right, so Tesla 334367. Um, what's the price doing right now? Oh, it's at 339. That's weird. So I can probably put a stop loss in at 336 just in case. I'd rather, again, I'm not trying to round trip this stuff. I don't know why it's at 367 though. Oh, that's why. That was the take profit. So Tesla's actually at 339. Okay, so it is right. So we'll do 337 for the stop loss. 'Cause why not? I don't care. Oh, wait, that's only 3% win. Man, let's get a little more than that. 17%. That's good. I like 17%. All right. Yeah, so we're not making a new coin. Sorry, brother. What's this Mumu? Oh, I forgot I had it on the screen. I'm so sorry, guys. Mumu is Pepe verse. So it's previous Solana, or not Pepe verse. I'm sorry, Boys Club. So it's Matt Fury memes, those scams. It's a scam. Like all the Matt Fury stuff. It, I mean, like if you are looking at meme coins like they're legit, like they're the future of finance, you're looking at it wrong. Every single meme coin is a scam, um, but they're tokenized attention and tokenized culture. That's all it is. So it's like getting in, getting out. That's do not marry your bags. I've married the bags. You get absolutely roasted. Just don't do it. Trust me. Don't drink the Kool Aid. Mumu is just Pepe Verso, or I'm sorry, Boys Club, which is part of like Pepe, Bobo, Shnibu, etc. And again, my thought process on this is you have Pepe, it's measured in the billions. You have Brett, almost in the billions. You have Bobo, which is like 40 mil. Its previous all time high went to like 250 mil. It did the same thing like we saw with Mumu. The thought process is people are like, snap, I miss Pepe. Snap, I miss Brett. I'm going to buy these other things. That's just how it works. Oh, you see this right here. Look, this is Bobo. This is Pepe. This is Brett, and this is Mumu. Mumu, the bull market, retail, bull market, bull. Okay, let me buy the coin. It's really simple, guys. It's tokenized attention. Don't overthink it when it comes to memes. That's all it is. That's what I've learned. If it makes you laugh, buy it. If if um if it is a good risk to reward, throw a little bit at it. Always keep a moon bag. Like those are just things to keep in mind. Like that's how it is with memes. Like there was chill guy. Someone chilled me chill guy at 350K market cap, and I was like, this is so dumb. It's already up like 300%. All I had to do was throw one salami at it, and that thing ran to like 300 mil. Like just put that in your head and process it. That's over a 400x. So you're going to lose a ton of these. You will lose a ton of these. But right now, we don't have like Frank D. God saying, "Oh yeah, buy this whatever." Buy the actually you do, but people are smart enough to not buy these dumb bundled launches. You still have some people buying them, but not everyone. You now have like an organic trenches. This is where like Dog with Hat came out. This is like where we saw Popcat come out. This is where we saw a Pepe was previous, but you're going to have these times do that. They are like short teen trends. You are trying to who in early and leave at the peak of hype. Yep, that's literally all it is. You have some memes that don't have like a season. They are just constantly top of mind, which is like Pepe. if you study 4chan and internet culture and internet history, Pepe the Frog has always been like a part of internet history. Just like Doge, everyone loves dogs, everyone means dogs, or just like cats, everyone means cats. It's things like that. That's why those are stay at top of mind and they come into different cycles. Just like Mog, for example. Mog's not doing well because it's just a cat with pit vipers. Is doing well because you have a community around it. And they're like, oh, look, Elon Musk, he is now rocking pit vipers. Or, oh, look, Trump, pit viper, he just Mog. You now have this community that slowly gets in, and then someone is monkey see, monkey do. They're like, oh, yeah, man, he's got a really good point. And then they start talking about Mog. And then their followers are like, oh, look, yeah, he's Mogging. Oh, cool. I like Mog. I'll get in Mog. It's the same concept. Just like in this video, I give my thesis and ideas. Other people, they may agree with my thesis and idea, and then they go to their followers and then they're like, hey, look, check out this coin. This is my thought and my idea. Even though it may have been generated from my thoughts and my brain, they may have their own little twist on it. It's That's just how markets work. And another example is like SPX, like Murad. I did not think Murad was going to pick up SPX. I'll show you SPX. A lot of people don't believe me, but I don't care. So SPX, let's see. So SPX did really, really well for me. I have no complaints about this one. It was one of those that God was just absolutely looking out. I guess he sent Murad to pump the coin and then say, "You're welcome, Drake. Here's a lot of X's." And I was, I mean, like I don't even deserve it, but I've also lost a lot in the trenches, and it's how it works. It's part of the game. So here's SPX. I bought SPX like a long time ago. I did make some sales. At least I was taking some profits. But I bought SPX like so long ago. And I was actually staying engaged, being active, and I was on FriendTech. And I was like, oh man, this is like a really schizo vibey community. Like, I'll bid, I'll buy in. I like Marie. Maria is cool. Flip the stock market. That's an interesting idea. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. We'll see what happens. But man, my buy was, I don't even see my buy. Where's my buy? Oh, it's probably because my computer's lagging. But yeah, it's somewhere here. Oh, you know what? It's not gonna show up because I used a Dex aggregator. So let me see. I'll pull it up on this. Transactions, SPX. And then I can put it up this way. Oh, I'm in the wrong wallet. But yeah, another one was, for example, was Apu. So Apu, yeah, I bought on CowSwap. I actually swapped some Creddy and some stinking, I don't even know what the junk is. Some Creddy and some crap is what it looks like. Some Flux token. It was just some like dust I had in my wallet. I'm like, get rid of this garbage. And at the time, it was worth like nothing. It was like 3 grand or something. But yeah, here. So we'll share this tab. So here's the transaction hash, but this was through CalSwap, so it's not going to show up. But yeah, poocoiner.eth. That's me. Um, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I swapped some credit. I guess it's worth 180 bucks now. I don't even know why I got some love. What is that? That's so weird. But yeah, then it gave me some SPX. Um, a lot more than that. I don't know why it only shows that much. Maybe it's under this transaction. Flux? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so this is one where it gave me like 225,000 SPX. And it was like, at the time, it was just some Flux token. And I don't even know what the Flux was worth. And maybe it was like 1,500 bucks. But yeah, it's just plays like that where you get those and it pays for the losers. So that basically turned like that into more liquidity in order to play around and be able to mess with the other tokens. So that's how you can look at the turns and risk to reward. They were active community at the time. There was not a lot of people out there and not a lot of tokens. So then it makes the game easier. Now there's hundreds and hundreds of tokens. So you have to be a little more strategic about what you're buying. And you have to be careful with these stinking influencers just going out there and like, yeah, buy my coin, buy this, buy that. It's you're just gonna get absolutely decimated and absolutely roasted. But yeah. So hope that helps a little bit. Now keep in mind, like there's been some that I just get it handed to me. Like it just absolutely goes to zero. And with that in mind, when it goes to zero, you got to understand you have the winners pay for the losers. It's really that simple. Not every single play is going to be win. In fact, 99% of your plays are likely going to be losers. That 1%, actually, probably going to be like 98%. 2% of those are going to be winners, like real winners. You are going to get some where you can break even, get your money back, do your thing, but most of them you're going to get decimated and handed to you. That's why when you're playing in the trenches and playing with this, you keep a barbell approach. You have Bitcoin, ETH, whatever your stalwarts are, your leaders. And when you have those leaders, you use those as your hey, look, I didn't miss out on the upside playing too much in the trenches. Why people get really, really upset and they get butthurt when Bitcoin pumps and everything dumps and does nothing is because they don't have Bitcoin exposure or they don't have the major exposure. You have to have that exposure. I think 85 is probably the lowest you should ever go with something like that. And then the other 15%, you can throw that and leave that and play with the trenches and do whatever you want with it. But keep in mind, that 15% or whatever percent, you got to understand if that goes to zero, I'm okay. So let me play out the strategy. So let's say, for example, you have 85% in Bitcoin when it was 50K and 15% in the memes. The memes go to zero, but Bitcoin just doubled. You now have, you didn't double your money if you simply just did 100% in Bitcoin. Like, of course, you would have been better off if you threw that other 50%. So let me break these numbers down 85% Bitcoin, 15% altcoins. Altcoins go to zero, and I had 85 grand because we're going to do 100 grand even. 85 grand into Bitcoin. It is now worth 170 because Bitcoin just did a 2x, right? At 50K, 85%. So it just did a 2x. I had 160. Now, if I just did 100% Bitcoin, then I would have 200K. So my loss is 40 grand. That's it. But my initial investment was 100K. So I actually made 60 grand. However, taking this barbell approach, let's say that 15%, it ends up doing a 50x or a 100x or a 10x. So that 15 grand, let's say it does a 10x, that's 150K. So 150K plus the 85K from Bitcoin, which now became 160. So 160 plus the 150 we just got from the memes. My return is now 310. So there's that chance where I get the return of 310 instead of 200, whereas Bitcoin is literally just steady. Barbell approach is where you keep it. People mess up because they do 100% in meme coins and altcoins. Those memes and alts go to zero, your port goes to zero. You never want to zero out. Like when you zero out, it's over. It's game over. Like period. End of story. That's how you got to look at it. All right, so let's go and answer some questions. Let's get this stuff off the screen. Sorry to go on a tangent. Just again, explaining thought process and ideas. Thoughts on Gaia Coin? Does it still have room to grow? I thought you guys would be coming in. Uh, we'll look it up for you. Gaia. I'm not bullish on something like this, but okay. A big booty coin is all it is. I don't even know what that stands for. Gaia. I guess it just stands for butt, but don't ask me. It's loading, guys. Oh, there's a bunch of them. That makes it even worse, man. Which one's which? I know you guys are the rat one, but I don't even see it. Maybe I just got to type in coin. Yeah, so this is one of those narratives that goes along with house coin. So like the crypto one I was talking about earlier in the video, you also have house coin, you have um what is that one called? Meme coin, you have crypto coin, you have butt coin, tick coin, you have all these different coins that come out, and they're literally all just piggybacking off that one narrative which ran hot, which was the house coin. That was kind of like the Bitcoin of the narrative. That's how these narratives run. So you even have retard coin. You see all these different coins here. This is a great example. You got pizza coin, you got launch coin, retard coin, tick coin, useless coin, fart coin. These are all flip coin, um, house coin, gem coin, like all these different coins. They copycat because they saw house coin, it ran to like 100 mil, or they saw fart coin, it ran to several billion. So they're like, hey, look, let's start this new meta. That's how these metas work, and that's how they run in the trenches. What I've learned is it's always best to stick with the winner if you're trying to bet on that particular category. Yeah, they're beta plays. That's all it is. Guy coin is just a beta play. But me personally, if I was going to bet on that narrative, I would bet on the winner, which is going to be like your fart coin, and that's something that you size into. But obviously now the risk to reward is not very favorable. Like maybe when fart coin was like 25 cents, 50 cents, yeah, it's worth it. But now it's like I could see it going somewhere, but it can also get roasted. So strategically, if I wanted to get a position in Fartcoin, what I would do is like, hey, look, I'll just buy a little bit just to have some exposure, but it's probably better to look for something else. Those are the type of strategies and plays that you want to look at. Because if you're just sizing into something that's already a bill or 2 bill market cap, do you really think that thing's going to 100 bill or 50 bill or 20 bill? Let's take for example, if we see 2 bill going to 5 bill, and the reason I say five is because Dog with Hat, the highest it went was 5 billion. It's a 2.5x, or actually it's like a 3x because it's 1.5. I would rather just hold Bitcoin or ETH because my downside is at least not as heavy as Fartcoin. Like Fartcoin just ran from 25 cents. So my downside is basically more than 80%. Whereas with Bitcoin, yeah, it can go to zero, but also there's levels, like several years of levels. Like the previous low that we had after FTX blew up, we had massive liquidations, went to 16K. So from there, that's also like 80%. But it's like it has history. You already have institutions in it. I think something that will mark our next low is going to be Michael Saylor being liquidated or something along the lines of that. But again, it all comes down to risk to reward. What are your thoughts? So, like for me, for example, this is a size play for me. SPX. I still hold my position because I think SPX is going to be a good narrative. Marathi is finally going on TikTok. We don't have retail interest in yet. We already have examples of retail wanting to stick it to the man, which S&P 6900 is basically just a meme on how the stock market is rigged, and this is just how retail can win. That's kind of all it is. So they're like, yeah, we're going to flip the stock market. There's a chance that this just goes to zero. But as I showed you in risk to reward, me personally, I got in at a lower price. This is literally just a free entry. So it's like, hey, look, I'm willing to let this ride out. You can see it already broke out of that triangle too, and it retested it. That's just like structurally, if Bitcoin and ETH hold and do well, then I think SPX is going to do well. Do I have 100% of my port at this? No, I don't. Like that's just how it works. Here, let's go ahead and show you guys PhD Kitty. So I just got an alert on PhD Kitty. We literally just talked about this earlier. This is not my coin. This is a call from Zesty Cheeto. So Zesty, if you're watching, what's up, man? Join on the stream. We could talk. But here's PhD Kitty. Remember, we literally just played out the thesis on this. This was like 0.13. So now what you can do is literally take out your initials right now. You can take them out and then you just let the moon bag ride. If it goes up and does a 20x, 30x, it's a 2.5 mil cap. If it does a 20, 30x, who cares? Like, well, not who cares, but If it does a 20, 30x, you take more off the table. You pay yourself more. If it goes to zero, who cares? You took your initials out, remember? This is all in risk to reward and protecting your downside. So as soon as you can, protect your downside and take your initials out. That's how you have to look at it. But again, the thought philosophy and the thought idea behind PhD Kitty, I'm not going to go to it because it just slows my computer down. It's already whirring. Click on the TikTok. Go watch the video. It made me laugh. It was funny. I thought it was cute. It has really good engagement. It has a lot of followers. I could see it doing something. At this level, would I buy into it? Probably not. It's up a lot. Like it really is. But I know how these things run. So if my initial investment was going to be like $100 at this thing, I would throw $20 because again, you're capping your downside, which my downside would be $20. My upside is if it goes and pulls 100x from here because that's how these memes run, then at least I have some exposure. Remember, I faded Chill Guy at 300K market cap. I faded with at 600K market cap. I'm sharing these rules and these concepts because, not because, well, I'm sorry, I'm sharing these ideas and rules that I have, not because I'm smart. It's because I made the mistakes and I'm sharing them with you so you guys don't make those same mistakes. And also remember, these things are seasonal. If Bitcoin and ETH are not doing well, or at least holding a floor, all memes just die. Like just because you got a meme coin, you cash out and then you buy another meme coin, that is not taking profits. You have to pay yourself. And when the thing crashes, when all these things crash, everything crashes with it. Like that's just how it works. Ain't the guy you gotta drop a contract address because the ones that I was looking up wasn't showing up any. But yeah. All right, let's see what else is going on in the market. Sorry if I'm ranting, guys, but I'm just kind of talking to myself because nobody's up here. So you get what you pay for, guys. You pay me nothing for this. It's just me talking to myself. Since we're talking in terms of risk to reward, um, PhD Kitty is okay. I already got licked out of that, so I'm not looking to enter back into that. Mm, retard coin. Yeah, already talked about that. I'm just looking for some plays to give some examples, guys. Give me a second. All right, so we're gonna pull this one up because I don't know. It gives me good vibes. It's just one of those things. Like it's just a vibe play. Um, but I see this community all the time. You've probably seen this logo all the time. This is not one of those things that's going to be a runner of the day, but it's going to be one of those things that you wake up and it's like, hey, it's up 10%. Or you wake up another day and it's up like 50%. Or it's down like 30% the next day. This is just one of those things that I call a slow cook. Now, my thought process behind this is I see a lot of these Sprotos behind this. If you don't know the culture of Sproto Gremlins, they got in early on Bitcoin. No, not BTC, but ticker Bitcoin. This was back in the craze when we had Pepe coming out, ticker Bitcoin. Just look up ticker Bitcoin, watch some of the videos on their website. It's really funny stuff. And not really, but it's really dumb stuff. But it's just look at it. They have a cult, and that cult, a lot of those guys, I see them on Xavier. At a 1.9 mil cap, I remember Bitcoin ran to like 300 mil cap back in the day. They have those guys have money, so I can see them holding it up. And their mentality that I know with them is those guys are a, not all of them, but a good bit of them are bag holders or they're culture people. Like just like the SPX community is a bag holder community. You literally watch Murad ride 5 mil up to like 125 mil, back to like 30 mil, taking no profits. That's one of those things you want to research and understand. What type of holders are these? Or like Luna back in the day. Luna, the type of holders they were bag holders, um, what is the word? not even thinking what they like full bullish, like full port, like Do Kwon is the man. He's our leader. That was the mentality of Luna. They had a cult leader. It was a cult. Instead of people selling Luna, what they did is they took Luna and borrowed against it and then used that UST to buy whatever that they wanted to buy. They were getting loans against their house. That is what you need to study. You need to study what is the mentality of this coin. You can't go to a coin like to understand what you're doing. Like PhD Kitty is different. PhD Kitty, I'm betting on virality and it goes up, goes down, does its thing. I get out, Moonbag, let the Moonbag do its thing, period. Now, when you're going into culture coins or cult communities, you have to look at it at a different approach. Like Xavier, I studied the community, I studied the culture, just like OK Egg. Those guys, they're a bunch of schizo dudes who are just bag holders. They like to round trip things. So it's like, okay, hey, look, this is my holder base. This is my mentality. This is what the people are. If meme coins get a bid, people are going to see these guys. They show up every single day, bear market or bull market. They were showing up. Xavier, these guys show up every single day. Then it's like, okay, this is worth a bid. This is a bet. I'm betting on these guys. Of course, you don't bet the house on them. You just a little bit at, see what happens. If it goes well, take initials out, put the house money right. It's really that simple. Again, these are seasonal. So this time where this run up right here, this was when meme coins were hot. And then Trump meme coin launched and then rugged everyone. And that's why you had this. But this floor out right here, where it just paused, this is where you had all those bag holders. I was one of them. All the cult people, all the people are like, hold, we're not selling. You don't bottom when you don't bottom when the buying starts. You bottom when selling stops. That's it. Like you don't even have to have buyers stepping in. That's how you have to look at with these memes. I really like the risk to reward on dead memes because a lot of the new memes that you'll see is they'll launch, they'll pump, they'll dump, they'll move into the next one. Just like Housecoin, for example. Housecoin is just a KOL coin. It's bundled. Ansem shilling it. Uh, Razmir shilling it. Even what's his name? Frank D Gods was into it. Like people watching his wallet. Like those are inside jobs. Like you will get absolutely roasted and dumped on. Be careful with that. How do I know? I've been there. I've done it. Just telling you. Anyways, we're getting kind of long. But this is the thesis on Xavier. Bunch of Sprotos. It's a really schizo vibe, schizo community. I could see it pulling something like Joe Coin. Joe Coin went to like 100 mil back on Ethereum at a 1 mil, 100x. Okay, I like the risk reward. I got in a lower than this, but I like the play. I like the idea. I'm in. Deal. That's how I'm placing it, guys. Is this going to go to zero or is this going to 100x? I have no idea. However, I'm betting on my winners paying for the losers. Remember, I have the barbell approach. So 15% is playing with these things. The other 85 is that Bitcoin, ETH, the strong stuff. So those, like if those do well, I'm okay. Like my port's okay. If they do bad, well, I mean, I was investing in crypto anyways. At least I'm not as down bad if I was 100% into alts. That's how you have to look at it. These are not to fully invest 100%. These are one of those things. It's literally with coffee money. That is what I call it. So I pick several different strategic allocations and strategic plays where I look at them and I'm like, okay, well, if this pulls 100x, 200x, I can lose 199 other coins, lose on them and be okay because that 200x played for it or paid for it. That's how you have to look at it. Not financial advice, of course. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. Well, nobody wants to come up. I'll give you guys one more coin that I'm looking at, and then we'll dip out. This one already pumped. Bummer. I'm sorry, guys. We're too late. You know what? I'll give it to you. This one's a slow cook. Look for a dip. This one was shared from Pango, and I liked his idea. Either Pango or Zesty. I think it was Zesty. But he had a good idea because the mascot of Binance is called Max. Now, Max is on it's Giggle Academy. So it's basically teaching kids about crypto and education and whatnot. This thing, it literally is not a runner of the day. This is what we call a quote unquote slow cook. You can see here that every time you see these wicks, that's usually when CZ tweets out this mascot. You can see it's just been a slow grind up. It's a slow grind because as it tweets up, you have the people who bought here sell up here, but the people who bought here or even bought up here are like, you know what? I like the idea. I'm going to round trip it and just hold. So then you have these floors that form and get lower or get higher lows. And that higher low is just that additional bag holder or bag holders that step in and they want to hold this thing long term. I'm one of those guys. So it's just an idea that people taking a long term approach. You're always going to have the buyers and sellers and traders, which is why you had those different wicks. But Giggle Max, 703K market cap, Binance, CZ, he's creating a education system. I feel like he's one of the biggest crypto accounts out there on Twitter. Him making a tweet just makes this thing explode. I'll take that bet. Like it's already free shares for me. I'll take that bet. I'll throw one BNB at it or half a BNB. If it goes up 2x, get my initials out, let the house money ride. It's really simple. And then it's like broccoli, we saw what that did. That reached over 100 mil market cap. How did it do it? Because CZ Binance was like, hey, I got a new dog. Look, that's all it is. Don't overthink it, guys. It's a meme coin, really. The other one, man, there's a couple of them. Don't worry, we'll stream again. The other one is going to be, I'm going to choose between Sanchan or P-Hat. There's two P-Hats. You know what? P-Hat's low. It's a okay risk to reward. It's at least not at like a 12 mil. It's at 100K. So here's a play I think could cook. There is one problem. The downside, obviously, is 0. But the one problem is that there's two P-Hats. There's an old one and a newer one. I have positions in both. We talked about this on the stream yesterday. There's two right here. And of course, there's a chance that someone logs in and creates a new one. But I've studied these guys. There is a small community around it. The concerns I have is, are they just pumping and dumping this thing? Who knows? I don't know. But I think it's worth just a little bit at. Obviously, you can do some more research into it and look and see what's going on. In fact, I recommend DYOR. And if you find anything crazy, sure, let me know. But I look at it like, okay, this is a 100K market cap. RuneScape, really, really viral. Everyone played RuneScape or they played at some point in time. I played RuneScape. I love RuneScape. RuneScape was fun. I was addicted to it. I'm glad I'm off it now. I'm not messing with that junk. But think of it like P-Hat and you're like, okay, well, if other people on crypto, they're really bullish on party hats. Let's see, maybe some prominent figure, they put a party hat on their head, or maybe they're a RuneScape aficionado and they change their PFP, and boom, that's the thesis. That's it. That's all I need. So it does a 2x, 3x, whatever. I get my initials out, let it ride. That's it. That's just the thesis behind it. Could it go to 0? Bro, of course it can go to 0. But like here, the reason I call it coffee money is like if you go to a coffee shop and you spend $20 or $10 or $15, whatever, some people have more expensive coffees and others they don't. Some people have coffees that are worth like thousands of dollars. Just saying. But let's just say coffee money. All right, I'm going to skip the coffee shop today. Take 15 bucks, 10 bucks, whatever it was, and throw it at a meme. That's all it is. It's almost like your body's healthier for it because you didn't drink that coffee or whatever the sludge was or whatever you're getting. And then you have a chance to do something. But again, like that's not with all. It's better to have or not better, have the barbell approach. It's no choice. You do not do 100% memes. You will get roasted. Don't do it. Period. End of story. But yeah, P-Hat, that's the one. And then I'll give you Sanchan because I'm not just going to choose. And then we'll close it out. We'll hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner this time. Because we're getting used to this streaming. We'll get a good hang on it. Next time someone come up, man. I mean, it's fun and all talking with the guys. And actually, I'm just talking to myself. But Yeah, come up next time. That's why we're doing Pump Fun and we're doing Twitter, YouTube, so you guys can engage and interact. All right, so here's Sanchez. If you go on Sanchez, you look at his Twitter, TikTok account. Actually, it's just his TikTok. The dude's exploding. He's doing really, really well. And again, it's a bet on virality. However, keep in mind, every single meme coin, they will all look like this with this chart. After the Trump coin launch, they all rubbed because meme coins were dead, crypto was dead. It was all just dead. Same thing goes with these meme coins. It's a bet on virality, but it also has cyclicality. So if these things go to zero, it's because the broader rest of the market is getting absolutely nuked. These meme coins, they have a shelf life. Do not bag hold them. But it's a bet on Sanchez doing well, which is the little dog. He shows up every single day. He makes his TikTok videos. Of course, this is not his coin, but this is the tokenized version that we have on chain. And at a 12 mil cap, he's going really, really fast. I can see him being viral, doing well. Anyone watching his videos, retail, they start doing crypto. They're like, oh, wow, there's a Sanchez coin. I'm going to buy some. That's all it is. I could see this going like 100, 200 mil cap. That's it. Maybe more. I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's going to hit you guys with some wisdom. Not mine, but let's see. Let's do Proverbs. Want to do 14? Yeah, let's do Proverbs 14. Proverbs 14 verses 4. Where there are no oxen, the manger is empty, but with the strength of an ox comes abundant harvest. What does this mean? Don't be lazy. Get off your buns. Go to work. Be good, be righteous, guys. Peace.